Omoggle, the version of Omegle where you can pit your own looks against another random person in a mog-off, is hilarious. It ties into the looks maxing trend, of course, as Clavicular has used it pretty frequently, but it's definitely gotten to the point where it's become a mainstream phenomenon. Many streamers seem to have been giving it a go, as there's footage of XQC getting mogged, and it's amazing to watch the multimillionaire get annoyed at losing.
You got that, bro.
Bro, why am I always getting mugged?
Obviously, if you do use Omoggle, it's not going to be able to measure your actual level of attractiveness, which includes prerequisites such as hygiene, style, and charisma, but it will use AI to measure your perceived bone structure, which is pretty funny. In order to win, you basically have to be stone cold stoic, so one of the tactics seems to be just to make the other person laugh, allowing people that wouldn't be traditionally considered moggers to thrive. It does represent an ongoing obsession with looks on the male side of the internet, which seems to be getting more and more intense. Looks maxing used to be a phrase that only incels would use, in regards to making themselves appear attractive for the sole purpose of moving out what they believe to be a subhuman category. It's where the mewing trend came from a little while back, which is what eventually led to the Rizzler becoming famous, as he called it the Rizz face, without knowing its looks maxing origins. It's clear that incels are no longer the ones who are primarily associated with this language, as it has become so mainstream that kids in schools are using it. Of course, there's also the social element at play here through Omoggle. It fills the void left by Omegle, which in itself used to be a big hit with streamers who would farm clips out of their interactions with random everyday people. When that social element is condensed and streamlined into just one person trying to be more attractive than another, it turns into a real-life joke, like the scene in Zoolander where Derek and Hansel have a catwalk off and try to outmodel each other. It was played for laughs then, as something so impossibly goofy that it had never happened in real life, but there are people out there who are constantly thinking about whether or not they're the most attractive person in the room during normal social situations, which Omoggle definitely caters to. In short, the popularity of Omoggle is not only a joke that takes the looks maxing trend and turns it into a quantifiable competition, but it also demonstrates just how far what used to be incel-coded language has permeated the mainstream vocabulary. See you next time on Lessons in Internet Culture.